So, what's going on? Second day in a row, Marcus Stroman is nowhere to be found. This is Eric Boland reporting, too. Marcus Stroman has not participated in Yankees workouts up to this point, and the Yankees are uncertain about when he'll be back on the field. So, no reporting of injury or anything like that. It leads me to believe that a trade is close. And one reason they may not want him on the field because they don't want to risk him getting hurt, which would jeopardize any chance of a trade. So, I wanted to get this out to you. This I find interesting, and I'm looking to see if we have any reporting at all in terms of what's going on with Marcus Stroman right now. But this is again, he's nowhere to be found. And I had confirmation yesterday from a photographer there. I didn't see any sighting of Marcus Stroman there either. So this one is going to be pretty interesting. For those that haven't heard, obviously I was live last night. Alex Bregman signed with the Boston Red Sox on a 3-year deal, $120 million. He also had a couple other deals. These are the other deals that he did have offered to him, offers I should say. He had a 4-year, $120 million offer from the Cubs, $30 million per. He had a 6-year, $171.5 million offer from the Tigers, and a 6-year, $156 million offer from the Astros. So he left $50 million on the table to come to Boston. Maybe he preferred reuniting with Alex Cora over AJ Hinch. Maybe he feels like of all those teams, Boston would probably provide the best opportunity for him to compete for another title. So I could see that too. And the other fact is his career stats are mind-boggling in Fenway Park. And there's a lot of Yankee fans frustrated about, why didn't he get him here and so on. He barely hit over the Mendoza line here at Yankee Stadium. So he's a career 375 hitter in Fenway Park, career 1240 OPS at Fenway Park. So he murders the baseball in Fenway Park. So probably another reason why on a short-term deal, it made all the sense in the world. Now, do I think it's a massive overpay? Yeah, I think it's a massive overpay. But it was probably a necessary massive overpay by the Boston Red Sox, right? So it is what it is. Just like Juan Soto was a necessary massive overpay from the Mets. That's just the way that it is. So do I think we get – I think the increase – the chances increase now. But now, like I said yesterday too, Alex Cobb's hurt from the Detroit Tigers. Starting pitcher. And Marcus Stroman's stats are very, very good in Detroit. And the Tigers have already expressed interest in him. So could you get Stroman over to Detroit for one of those infielders with controllable years? Because if you're able to do that, then maybe they don't have to pursue Nolan Arenado. Okay? But the fact of the matter is, are all the guys in Detroit better than what we have in-house? Because Nolan Arenado is. So, and I think these are some of the questions that you need to ask. But yeah, well, that's the thing too, Arthas. Yeah, I mean, I think the last thing we want it to become is a distraction. Position players report in a couple days, and I would imagine they'd want this resolved before that. Personally, Anthony, I can't see Stroman for Arenado because the Cardinals have already turned that down. The Yankees tried that trade about 2 months ago, and the Cardinals said no. If the objective is to get payroll off the books from St. Louis, then taking Stroman doesn't help them accomplish that. So, like I said, I can see Stroman going to another team. And if you get one of those infielders, or if you get a comp pick or something, then I can see the Yankees sending some prospects to Arenado and taking up, a good chunk of his contract. I think the problem with Arenado is that he's got about $50 million in deferred money up until like 2040. Something like that. Something like $2 or $3 million a year, or some $4 million, or something like that. But that's a lot of deferred money, right? So, and that can create an obstacle. Maybe the Yankees, will talk to the Cardinals and say, "Look, we'll pay all the contract up front, but you have to handle the deferred money," or something like that, right? Salute CWE, salute everybody in the chat. By the way, let's get the like buttons up. Let's try to get to 100 likes as quickly as we can, if we can. So I won't keep you on very long, but I wanted to get this information out to you, right? Second day in a row, Stroman's nowhere to be found. Kind of weird. It's different from Arenado. Like Arenado, he doesn't have to report yet anyway, but he's not there yet. Stroman actually reported, and then he disappeared. So it's different. It's really different. It's much different. And Arenado too, like, if you can get his 270 batting average, 17 homers, 70, basically is what he's producing now. From the 7, 8, 9 spot, if you have Volpe batting leadoff, then you have Dominguez in the bottom of the lineup, or Dominguez batting leadoff and Volpe in the bottom of the lineup. You just don't have one of those guys and Austin Wells and Arenado. That's a nice 7, 8, 9. It's a better 7, 8, 9 than the Yankees have had in a long time. So the lineup is longer, it would be deeper. Obviously, you'd have a super elite defense if Arenado came here too. So, but I don't know yet, right? It still remains to be seen. Do the Yankees want to take on that money? Or do they want to, like I said, trade or try to trade Stroman to the Marlins for somebody like Xavier Edwards, right? Who can play multiple positions. He's got controllable years. Guys with controllable years makes more sense. It's like what's his name, Willie Castro. He only has one controllable year, so I don't see him a fit from the Twins, personally. So, I don't know. It sounds as if they're not, Dave, but you never know. I mean, the fact that they're not sold on DJ starting, I mean, they're going to give an opportunity. They're going to get every opportunity to win the job. But the fact that they're still looking outside the organization leads me to believe, and I could be wrong, that they're not convinced that what they have here is going to be enough. So this is something I definitely want to keep in mind, because a deal could happen with Marcus Stroman anytime. I don't know what kind of deal, but it would be kind of cool if it happened while we were alive, like the Devin Williams did, like the Cody Bellinger did, like the Paul Goldschmidt did, the Jose Trevino trade. We had so much action this year during our lives. It'd be kind of cool if another one happened. But again, there's going to be a lot of speculation until that point. But I do think the Yankees are probably going to want to resolve this information before it has to go any further, before it becomes awkward for people, right? So, and the fact of the matter is, if Stroman wants to move on, give him an opportunity to move on. If somebody's willing to take the salary, give them an opportunity to do that. Even if you have to give a good prospect, even if you don't get a ton back. What if you give Stroman and a good prospect to a team for a comp pick and the team made most of the salary? Sign me up for that. I would do it. And this is the thing, Dennis. One of the sticking points I've heard is the Yankees want the Cardinals to take a certain amount of money, and the Cardinals only want, are about $10 million off of what the Yankees want them to assume. So if they can come to some kind of compromise there, maybe they'll. But then I think the deferred money with Arenado could be a sticking point here. Yeah. It's just, you would think it's a no-brainer, but and the other thing too is the Cardinals they beat Brendan Donovan yesterday in arbitration. Donovan lost his arbitration case. If I'm Donovan, I want out of there. And they even had Jim Edmonds openly say it's a terrible place to be right now, St. Louis. So I would love the Yankees to try. I mean, who knows? The Yankees could be trying hard to get Brendan Donovan, and I would be willing to give a good prospect for him or two. So, yeah, I mean, I agree, Dennis. Having the Cards take some of the cash, I mean, it makes a lot more sense. It makes the trade more doable if they're willing to do that. So, but obviously, each team, they want to try to assume as little salary as possible. I get that too. But it's kind of crazy. I mean, it's either taking a stand against the Yankees or something, right? So, but the fact is, he's 2 days in a row and he's not at practice, and he's already there. So, Dorian, I don't think you get mobbed. I think a 6-man rotation would throw some of these guys out of rotation, out of rhythm. That'd be my take. That's why I wouldn't do a 6-man rotation here. Plus, they've got long relief guys now. Swingman, JT Brubaker. They signed Carlos Carrasco, which I think makes it easier to move Stroman. But obviously, Donovan's a much more logical play. But I think the Cardinals want to trade Arenado so they can clear room for Brendan Donovan and let him be the starter. which makes all the sense in the world for the Cardinals. It also makes all the sense in the world for the Yankees to want Donovan over Arenado at this point. Right? He's just a better player. And it's not to take anything away from Arenado. He's elite. He's still an elite defender. He's probably the best defensive third baseman in all of baseball. But his offensive skill set has declined. But again, the expectation here is that he wouldn't have to bat third or fourth. He'd be 7, 8, or 9 here. If you can get that type of production at that bottom part of the lineup, then yeah, sign me up for that. It's better than what we had. Willie Calhoun, Franchi Cordero, Billy McKinney. Like, all due respect to those guys, it would be better than none of them. Right? So, yeah. Beagle Dad, peace. Yeah, well, Bregman, yeah. Well, the thing with Bregman, too, it's a massive overpay by the Red Sox, but a necessary one. But had he come here, I know a lot of people wanted him, but it would have cost the Yankees $82 million a year for Alex Bregman. I don't think he's worth that. Okay, I don't even think he's worth $40 a year. But again, the Yankees are over the Cohen threshold. So you're a multiple offender over the Cohen threshold. You're penalized at 100 to 110%. So whatever you bring in, you automatically double. Like that contract they brought in Tim Hill last week with $2.5 million. It's 5 here. And it's obviously it's not as significant as 40 becoming 80, but that's just what the math is right now. The Red Sox do look good. Yeah, I mean, they added Bregman, they added Garrett Crochet, they added Walker Buehler. So, and they got a young, dynamic nucleus there too. So, yeah, and they're definitely gonna make it. And I worry about the Red Sox more than I do the Orioles. So, well, that's the other thing too, Dennis. Yeah, no options left for JT Brubaker. No, it's got to pan out, right? Carlos Carrasco too. But the Yankees they've added this depth, I think, to make it easier to move on from Stroman. I think they really want to get out of that vesting option for 2026, which is another 18.5 million. And I get that too. I totally get it. I don't think Gabriel, I don't think DJ's going to start anywhere. Well, yeah, I mean, we would be in trouble, but I don't think that's going to happen. He's healthy and so on, and he could be a good player, but at this point, I think he's no more than a bench player. I mean, I think they got to shoot a little bit higher. You want to compete against the Mets and the Dodgers and the Rangers and like some of these teams, you have to. You got to shoot a little higher than that. And again, this is all due respect to DJ. Like him, but, I don't think the Yankees are going to go starter with anybody in-house. That's just me. That's just me, Doran. If they did, they did. Yeah. Yeah, he had some injuries last year too, DJ. Yes, he did. Yep. And keep in mind too, when the Yankees signed him to that contract, he was coming off a batting title, and people were like, "Oh, he's going to make $25 million a year for 4 years." So the Yankees spread out the money and the years to lower the salary hit. Right? He went from 25 year to 15 year, and they added 2 years to the deal. So that's one reason why it's a 6-year deal. So they can cut $10 million off the payroll, which made it easier for them to add other guys. That's what I'm hearing, Mazza, but I'm waiting to see. That's what I'm hearing. I keep looking because he's, again, the second day in a row he's not at practice. So second day in a row he's not there. He's not practicing with the team. So I'm looking to see, what something is inevitable. And I keep refreshing and refreshing and refreshing and refreshing. So let's see. Let's see here. Who's this? No, nothing yet. Yorbit Vivas is being hyped up as someone to look at over Cabrera and Peraza, by the way. Well, exactly. DJ's deal was smart at the time, just like Aaron Hicks's deal was smart. He came off quite a few good years, and then he signed a deal for $10 million a year. Who would have thought it would have turned in from to being a bargain to an albatross Unfortunately for him and DJ, that's what happened. The contract turned from a bargain to an albatross. Nobody could predict that. Nobody can predict that. So, from Frazier, yeah, and Darren too. Isn't actually that's a trade candidate, right? Yeah, Brendan Rodgers, Witt. Yeah, I mean, I think they want to go higher. You know, I heard the Yankees should be in on. I mean, should be in on, but I've said this before. Talked about the Reds, right? Spencer Steer or one of those guys, Matt McClain. One of them could be expendable now. Now that they brought in Gavin Lux to the fold. So keep smacking the like button, gang. By the way, let's try to get to 100 likes. Greatly appreciate you. Jay Crispy, that's a good question. Could we get JoJo or John King, one of their lefty relievers? My guess is Cashman will try to do that. What would it cost? I don't know. I mean, honestly, probably one of our current relievers, a guy like Roderick Arias, something like that. But it's not going to cost Dominguez. It's not going to cost Jones. So, it's a good question, Crispy. JoJo or yeah, I mean John King too. Look at him. There's two valuable lefties over there in the Cardinals bullpen. Those are the two guys. You know, that's why I like it. You know, the Padres and the Cardinals. I thought were a good fit because with Luis Arias, there are a couple lefty relievers over in San Diego too. If they're looking to cut payroll, this is where pairing one of them with the infielder, right? I would not trade Clark Schmidt there personally, unless you were getting Brendan Donovan. I wouldn't trade Clark Schmidt. Yeah, but it'd probably have a pretty good trade value. See Martino tweet. No, Andy Martino just tweet something. Let's see. Let's see here. See, I like how we're constantly engaging here. 23 likes. Let's keep it in the likes, gang. We got 100 people in here. Andy Martino, what I'm told Marcus Stroman, he has already taken his physical. He's taken a couple extra days, but he's not holding out or staying away long term. Full expectation is that he'll be in camp over the next few days. He's already there. We'll see what happens there. Why do you need a couple extra days? You just had a couple months off, right? So, yeah, CeeLo. I mean, it's just he's. I don't know what it is. In all honesty, I don't know if we can get Donovan with Schmidt alone. In all honesty, Zach, I'd be shocked if we did. Trading from Texas, Smith or John Young. Yeah, I've mentioned those guys too, Tito. I mean, if you can pry one of those guys away, yeah. I think so too, Steve. I think he knows a trade's coming as well. I mean, he could be pissed. I mean, he acted like there was nothing wrong. He acted totally cool when he came in here the other day, so which I appreciate. But it's definitely this is definitely something worth monitoring, and I'm gonna monitor. I'm gonna monitor it. So yeah, I hear you, CeeLo. Yeah, I mean, he did come on a relatively team-friendly deal. Pretty much half the price of Yamamoto. So it's gonna be interesting. This is gonna be interesting. And Andy Martino can say that because obviously a beat writer is not gonna want to throw a player under the bus either. So, but I could see a trade in the next day or two. Could be no takers. What I hear Duran is that the Tigers are interested in it right now and they need a pitcher. And since Nick Pivetta signed yesterday, even though he's attached to a QL, the other person that is available right now is it Jose Quintana. So Pinstripes Club was good. Yeah, we'll see. Now he was good first half, CeeLo, and he kind of fell off the map the second half. So I think the Yankees were kind of strategic, and I think they don't want that um option to vest for a third year, obviously. So, but if Marcus Stroman stayed and they gave him a chance, and then I'd be fine with that too. But you're right too, Don. A lot in spring training, a lot of starters go down, pitchers go down, so you can see I can see him move to another team. Like Alex Cobb's already out for a couple months with a hip injury, right out the gate, right out the gate. So yeah, this is what happens. This happens every year in spring training too, every year. But yeah, well, I would agree too, Jack, because he was wronged by his infield quite a bit last year. So I do agree with that. Yeah. hmm I think the Yankees know too. They didn't, they'd rather hold on to him than get like nothing for him. Strowman. They'd rather do that too. But I do think Schmidt's. Yeah, I mean, he could be. Yeah. I don't know where Schmidt would go. I think there are teams that would take him. Yeah, Cole looked like Cole put on a little bit of size. I saw that too. Good. Hopefully he's that's muscle and he's fit and he's strong and he's ready to go. I hope so. I really do. I agree too, John. A lot of teams would bite on him. I mean, I would watch out for the Marlins too. I mean, they made their first move yesterday. They signed Cal Quantrill. Otherwise, they would have been dinged by baseball for not spending it all. But they signed somebody to a small contract yesterday. So, but that's it. JC, no, good afternoon, my man. Yeah. And I think Stroman would have a handful of suitors as well. Of interesting teams, yeah. hmm Yeah, Yankees team is laid back. It's feeling good right now. It's a better team than it was. And they're more complete, I should say. They're more complete now. hmm But that's what we got. James Caprillion, former Yankee pitcher, prospect. They drafted him, I think, in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. It's definitely outside. That's definitely left field. I like it. No, I like the outside the box thinking. I like it. I like it. I think Stroman would be good for the Cardinals too. I don't know why they turned down Stroman for Arenado like 2 months ago. I don't know. Um, we're hearing some stuff, AJ, on Marcus Stroman. We're hearing some stuff on Marcus Stroman. He's not there again. Second day in a row. Second day in a row, he's not in practice. So something I'm definitely keeping our eyes on. Went to the A's. Who did? Severino did. hmm But that's where, yeah, Triple A. Yeah, you can never have enough pitching depth in Triple A and the majors, Double A. And with the Yankees' top prospects, most of them are on Single A and Double A right now. We need more at the higher levels. Would help the Yankees' rankings in the farms. So, hmm AJ, he reported the other day. He reported the day before pitchers and catchers did his thing, whatever, passed his physical, but now he's not. Yeah, who knows? We don't know if the Yankees have told him to stay away because the trade's close. I just don't know. I don't know. Mm-hmm. YJ, yeah, I saw him report too. He was totally fine when he left. Then he, hey Jonathan, he wasn't at practice yesterday. He wasn't at practice. And he's not there today either. So, yep, 41 likes. All right, everybody, smack that like button. Let's see if we get to 100 likes really quickly. We got 116 people and we only got 41 likes. Can we get up to 100? We're trying to find out, Edward. This is the kind of the story of the hour right now, right? Mm-hmm. On a plane to St. Louis, he could be. He could be. I'm really wondering what's going to happen now. I would think that would be a nice trade, gaming. Xavier Edwards for Marcus Stroman. That would be a nice trade to entertain. Really nice trade to entertain for the Yankees. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. Yep. Ben Rice is doing both right now, Duran. So they're really enjoying his positional versatility. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Goldie, yeah, he's close friends with Goldschmidt. He's good friends with Aaron Judge as well. So those are two key guys that have your back in the Yankees family. Hmm. But still remains to be seen. We'll see if this happens. But I think now that Bregman's going to Boston, Boston was one of the teams that was most aggressively in on Arenado, and it takes them out of the equation. So increases the chances of him coming to New York. But we'll see. We'll see. We just don't know how much the Yankees are willing to eat. But it's pretty clear that they want to make a trade on their terms. So, but we'll see. He wasn't. Yeah, Prince. Yeah, he wasn't here for 2 days of practice, but he'll be there on full squad reports. Why is he missing these days? A lot of versatile players. Yes, we do. We have a ton of versatile players. Yeah, oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like the Cardinals want to move on from Aaron now. Yankees want to move on from Stroman. It's just it works, but can they join forces to make this happen? I don't know yet. Yeah, but I like the positional versatility that a lot of our players have, especially our position players. Schmidt to the Mets for Acuna and Braziban. Interesting, Robert. I don't know. Would the Mets give up that much for Clark Schmidt? Luis Angel Acuna? It'd be interesting. I wouldn't want to send Schmidt over to the Mets and have him kick our butts either. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, late relief swingman, something like that. Chris, I get it, man. I totally get it. You're right because he does run out of gas second half of the season. Mm-hmm. Um, what's this say? Per Brian Hoke, collective bargaining agreement. Marcus Stroman has until February 22nd to report. It is believed he will return sooner than that. He was on standby on the field. Yes, he passed his physical already. He did. Mm-hmm. But I agree, Javi. The Red Sox are going to try to. They're going to be the Yankees' most formidable opponent in the AL East. Not the Orioles, not the Rays, not the Blue Jays. It's going to be Red Sox. But when the Yankees are good, when the Red Sox are good, then baseball's better. So I'll take that. I'll take 50 likes. All right, everybody, just smack that thumbs up if you don't mind. I want to get to past 100 likes here if we can, as quickly as we can. Yeah, I'm curious to see what they're going to do. Cashman's waiting for somebody to blank. So, they're always waiting for Cashman to blank. This is part of the gamesmanship and negotiating world when it comes to these players with baseball. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. But that's what we got right now, gang. I wanted to get on here quickly and share it with you. Let me take one quick look here before I go. I got to get back to work. Let's see. There's still conflicting reporting on the Yankees and Arenado by a bunch of different people. So who knows what to believe there? Let's see. Anything else? Anything else? Nothing. I'm not seeing anything right now. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. Let's see. No, nothing yet. But I think that the possibility of Arenado is increasing little by little. Jonathan's saying, "Look at Gary Phillips." Let me do that now. Gary Phillips. Acknowledged me being in a little bit of an awkward situation, but the manager said too he had a great conversation. Yeah, and I've always talked about Boone having that Zen type of approach, right? Thank you, Nicholas. Appreciate you, man. Mets still need pitching, yeah. Yeah. Send Stroman over to the Mets. See what happens. It's a good question, Celia. I think they're gonna see what works better, center or left. We'll see. I mean, they want to give him an opportunity to see a full opportunity to see which outfield position works best. Petruzzi in the building. But I'm hearing, yeah, they're going to try to start Dominguez in left field. We'll see that. Yeah. Hopefully, it won't be as bad. Much love, man. Much love, Andrew. Much love, brother. Bellinger is definitely an elite defensive outfielder. Yes. My ideal package along with Stroman for Arenado. Roderick Arias. And maybe either Oswaldo Cabrera or Oswald Peraza. That's what I would do. Yeah, that's what I would do. Just thinking for a second here. Yep. Yes, indeed. I hope Spencer Jones takes the next step in his development. I really do. I really, really do. So, well, much love, Andrew. Much love. But that's it, gang. So thanks for coming on. Join me. Hit the like button on the way out. If you're not subbed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button too. And turn on your notifications. And I'll make sure that you know everything what's going on. Especially as it comes to the Yankees. This Peraza, I don't know. See, that's a good question. I know he's out of options, so I think he's going to try to make the major league team. And if he doesn't, if he gets cut, then I think he'll get released or traded or something like that. Yep. But that's it, gang. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace and love to all ears. I thank you all as always. You are the best. And if anything comes out, you'll get it. Talk to you next time.